Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to do a Q&A specifically on skin and skincare and my skin journey because I've received a lot of questions and I know I've been quite MIA on YouTube, so you may or may not know, but my skin is clear. Like, I've got a few breakouts here, but that's because of my period right now. But overall, if you remember my skin, or if you just like go back a couple videos, you will see my skin was breaking out. So I thought it would be best to do a Q&A, just like answer any questions I've been receiving. I've got a few, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm also going to write a few Substack posts. I do write on Substack. So I'll be writing some posts on there, like detailed posts about everything to do with my journey. So if I don't upload on here, it'll probably be on there too if you want it like written out. So yeah, I've got all my questions here and I'm going to try and answer them as precisely as possible so I don't waste time. So I tend to break out on my chest and my back, but for my body it's way more manageable than my face, and it's obviously hidden so it doesn't affect me as much. But what I've been doing, which has been helping, is I've been using the Dr. Dennis wipes, you know, those like exfoliating wipes on my chest and my back, and it's worked treats. They also sell a body version, but I've just been using the face version because I'm just like, it's the same. So yeah, I do have acne elsewhere. I don't actually know, but I will assume yes, because I have had my hormones tested and I do have really high testosterone. Now I haven't done anything to balance out my hormones or anything like that, but my dermatologist did say to go to a gyno. That's the doctor. She recommended I go to a gyno because majority of the time it's definitely hormonal. And just like now, for example, being on my period, I'm breaking out. So I think that's an indicator that it most probably is hormonal. So yeah, but I haven't professionally got it checked out, no. So this is just an assumption. I would say obviously a lot of it is work within yourself, like your self-esteem, your self-confidence. But also I will say blindly trusting a professional rather than trying to figure it out myself has helped me the most. Like when I went in to see my derm, I like gave her all the trust, all the responsibility. I was just like, I'm just gonna do what you say. You're the professional that knows what you're talking about, so I'm just gonna listen to you. Because for many years I was avoiding seeing a professional because I felt like I knew best, but it came to a point where I was like, I am actually tired. So I trusted the professional and it clearly has paid off. So that's probably been the most helpful thing, is just trusting another person with the journey rather than just figuring out myself. I think I've done a video on this before, but a positive mind, I don't know, like just to get by day to day, I have said I used to pretend to be confident. I pretended I was fine, but deep down inside it was really affecting me. But eventually with the pretending, you start believing your own lie. So a lot of the positive mind was fake, but eventually I actually stopped caring. So just gaslight yourself into being like okay with your skin. I know that sounds absolutely insane to say, but that's genuinely what helped me navigate my everyday life. So I think you mean in terms of tretinoin. Side effects, to be fair, I haven't had any crazy side effects. I've only been seeing really noticeable side effects with this new 0.5 strength I'm on, which is just dryness, peeling, really sensitive skin. Everything else, like I haven't had any like physical side effects elsewhere in my body, and I know that with Accutane there's like many side effects. I haven't had any like mental health side effects, like I haven't been depressed because of my skin, which is really good. So yeah, I haven't really experienced any crazy side effects. So obviously that's subject like person to person. I guess I've just been a bit lucky with my whole process, because I know a lot of people also it doesn't work for them like what I've done. Also actually I was on antibiotics for my skin and I didn't experience any other side effects with that either. That was probably the hardest time for me because my skin was purging, like it brought everything to the surface. So I think I did struggle a bit mentally there. But again, physical side effects I didn't really experience any that I can remember. 3 months, I was on antibiotics for 3 months. I can't remember the name, it's like a long beginning with L, but yeah, I was on it for 3 months, and if you go on antibiotics, and if you know about antibiotics, you really have to look after your body, because your gut goes through it, so you have to eat very healthy, be very aware of what you're doing to your body. Living in the UK, we don't really get summer, so for me, didn't really struggle, and I don't think I've been on tretinoin when it's been really, really hot and like sunny. But you definitely have to avoid the sun. You can't tan, you can't do any of that. Always have to wear SPF. It's definitely going to be hard in the summer because I have some hot places I'm trying to go to, but again, it's just SPF and avoid the sun, really. That's all you can do. My dermatologist is Dr. Sam on Harley Street. She has been who I have put all my trust into, and she's been coaching me through the whole process, and it's been a great experience. She really is my kind of person. Like, from the start, she was like, there's no point you coming here if you're not going to listen to me and you're not going to do as I say. And I was like, yeah, like, okay, you know? And I kind of need that not brutality, but like that, like, authority over me, because otherwise I'll just be like, nah, this isn't working. Like, I feel like I don't want to do this, because you will purge. Like, I purged with my skin, and there's many times in the whole process I was like, I actually don't want to do this anymore. And she was like, you just have to trust me, you have to trust the process. And I did, and I'm glad I did, because now my skin is just so much better. This is going to be one of the posts that I write about in my Substack, my routine. It's very simple: cleanser, serum, moisturizer, tretinoin. And then in the morning is, sometimes I don't even cleanse. So water, serum, moisturizer, SPF, and that's it. Like, if I get a breakout, I put a little neutralizing gel on it, but that's literally my routine. It's not got any like complex LED masks or like anything like that. So it's a very simple routine. In my personal skin journey, I think the hardest thing was seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. As I said, when the days, obviously when you have acne, you're very used to waking up and having terrible skin. But like, waking up whilst on this journey and realizing your skin is just getting progressively worse, it was very difficult, because you are trying to stay hopeful that it will get better, it will end soon, like, this is all happening for a good reason. Obviously, you're told so many times, you're gonna purge, but you're like, how much more can this happen, you know? And me personally, with my acne, I don't know if anyone else experienced this, but I stopped noticing like how bad it was, because it just became so like normal. So like, now when I look back at pictures of my acne, I'm like, I don't ever remember my face looking like this. I don't know what that psychological thing is, but yeah, I think just having trust and faith and hope was the hardest part of the whole journey. The Dr. Sam says I still have some scarring that we need to like treat. To me, my skin is like clear. Like, I'm happy to wrap up the journey here, but she is like, no, you still have some scarring. She has a professional eye, so I'm gonna trust what she says again. But I think like the big scars, like the redness and stuff, that all disappeared. I don't know what the like product is that did it. I think the whole routine obviously helped, but obviously the tretinoin probably helped, because it just renews the skin cells, and that like everything is just like new. But then I used like a brightening serum as well in the mornings, so that probably helped. It's got vitamin C in. So I think those two products are probably the thing that helped. Also, not picking your face, like not being able to pick your skin when it's all breaking out was very hard, but I knew that if I did, it would just make the process so much longer. Don't pick your face, you just delay the whole thing. So yeah, tretinoin and a good brightening serum have probably been the two things that have helped me with my scars. Now, a lot of people assume I did take Accutane when I said I was on antibiotics. It wasn't Accutane, it was a genuine antibiotic for my skin. I don't know if it was for my skin or if like the clearing of the skin was a side effect, but I was not on Accutane. I haven't done any red light therapy or any like masks or facials. I haven't had a facial in like almost a year, because I feel like I don't need it. Like, I feel like all the products I'm using are doing enough turning over and enough like rejuvenating of my skin. Also, my derm hasn't recommended it, so I'm again not gonna decide what I need. I'm gonna listen to the professional. So haven't been using any devices, haven't been using any of those like gadgets that we all see online. So I saw my derm, I think it was either April or May last year, and I started the process immediately. I went to New York in July. I think my skin obviously started breaking out from May up until, like, I would say my skin was breaking out consistently from May up until September. Yeah, it was like a lot of months of just consistent breakouts, and if you're expecting overnight clearing, that's not gonna happen. No, you're gonna be in the zone for a while, at least for me, and I hear this from a lot of people too. You will be breaking out for a minute, so you have to stick it out. You just have to trust the process. And yeah, since then my skin has consistently looked like this. Obviously the occasional 1 or 2 breakouts because of my period and stuff, but I don't ever get any spots here, and this was like my zone. This was where everything would happen. I haven't had a spot there in months. I don't even remember the last time. So now when I break out and like this starts happening, I'm like, oh my god, it's happening again. It's not working. I start panicking because I'm like, you know, PTSD. As I said, it's probably hormonal, but I haven't found the root cause, and I don't know how you find the root cause because it could be so many different things. But it most probably always is internal, like within your body, like there's something off, whether it's your gut, your hormones, whatever it is. But I haven't done anything to change those things. Like, this is purely topical medication, obviously the antibiotics for 3 months, but everything else has been topical. So I don't know if I know the root cause so I don't know if I can answer this question. I did change my diet. I changed my diet for many different reasons and many different times in my life. This recent time for my skin journey was, as I said, to support the antibiotics that I was on because it was destroying my gut, destroying my insides. So I was eating very, very healthy. But also prior to that, I had tried the whole like doing the healthy diet and like cutting out so much, cutting out sugar, cutting out dairy. That didn't help my skin, and I did that for like months, and I was vegan for over a year, and that didn't change my skin. So although I believe 100% your food and your diet definitely affects your skin and like your insides, for me it didn't play a massive role. Like, I felt more energized, I felt like I looked healthier, I looked brighter, but my actual acne wasn't going. So I can't say that diet changed my skin. I'm not gonna pretend and say that was the thing, because it wasn't. Luckily this hasn't happened to me, and I rebuke it because I don't want to do this again. But if my acne is to reappear, let's say, I don't know what I'd do. I genuinely don't know what I would do. I think the next thing I would try and do is probably laser facials, because I hear a lot about laser facials and how they're good, but again, it probably won't fix the root cause. So maybe I would go to a gyno and try and sort out my hormones, if God forbid this doesn't work. But yeah, luckily it hasn't reappeared, so I'm just gonna stay in this zone for now, because this is where I want to stay with my skin. Final question. I was on birth control when I was around 19 up until I was 21, I believe. And since then, I'm now 25. So since then, I haven't been using any contraception because I hated the idea of it. I hated the feeling of it. It was just it wasn't a good experience. So I haven't used birth control for my skin since then. And even when I was on it, it wasn't for my skin. My skin was clear. Even prior to that. So I was using it for its actual intended purpose. And I know a lot of people go on birth control to clear up their skin. Me, that's not ever been an option, and I never want to do that. So to answer your question, yes and no. No, for the reason of my skin being clear. I haven't. That's not why my skin is clear, no. Yeah, those are some of the questions I got asked about my skin journey and my skin. I post a lot more and a lot more frequently about my skin on my TikTok and my Instagram. So if you want to like stay updated with my journey and if anything changes, just follow me on there. But I will do another video like this soon if I get any other questions, if there's any like major changes in my routine or like my journey. But yeah, this is fun. I want to post more skin related stuff on YouTube as well, so look out for that. But other than that, if you are on a similar journey or have any other questions, comment them and I'll answer them. But yeah, for now, hope you all have a good day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.